Welcome to Market Crest, where we focus on fundamentals, directional bias, and technicals for our entry. And last week was kind of up and down, which was expected. Uh, we had Tokyo CPI coming out hotter than as expected, even when the expected was actually a big one. So the yen, I'm looking at yen strength for that. So looking into the new week, which is the week we're looking at from 28, what we have is the elections on Monday from the card, which I don't think will have so much of an effect on the Canadian dollar. George job opening and the rest. We have CPI from Aussie. But then the main data I'm looking at is the BOJ on Thursday and also the NFP on Friday, labor data for the USD, which the market is looking at the data being the same, but NFP coming down, the average all earnings meaning the same. And should we have such information, that's going to be a bit negative for the dollar to neutral. It's not entirely bad. So looking at it, I'm still bearish on the dollar. The Dixie, what we do have is the Dixie is still bearish, and I was expecting the Dixie to come as to 96, 95 area first. So this is a downtrend for it, lower low. Can we say we're looking for a lower high, or would we continue lower a little bit? Going to the daily time frame, what we do have is what we had here was a lower low is a lower high, lower low, lower high, the lower low. So potentially I'm looking at a lower high to continue lower low before we can see break of structure to continue to the upside. This is what my view for it, and we can pick a pair which I'll look at GBP USD as a pair I would like to follow up with. I've been looking at price bouncing up there to the upside on Monday. I'm still expecting the push to the upside. NZD USD, what we do have is for price to continue to the upside, because I don't really see any reason why price should end here. There's nothing here. Well, the market could grab liquidity, then continue to the upside. It still works. We have the Swiss, which is not up to my supply zone yet for a short, and I wouldn't even want to short it yet. I'll prefer shorting the USD JPY. So looking at this, the entire what I'm saying here is price coming to this, there's this imbalance here which has to be filled, and then if you look at it, it has a supply on the daily time frame, so it is the entire supply area. Looking at it from H4 time frame to H1, you can see there is nothing much up to this point, so potentially next week we might see this and then this drop, because my view here is already this was a liquidity grab. So this is our lower low, lower high, and then this is our lower low, so I'm looking for a lower high somewhere there. Okay, for the yen, of course I'm focused on yen strength in a sense, but it's not supposed to be working the same way the USD is, because the USD is strong. But looking at this, the CPI came out positive, and they are the only central bank hiking, but they'll be holding on Thursday, and then this is a daily supply. I'm looking to short this pair to the downside. The Euro JPY, I was looking to short it, but the situation of things, it went a whole lot upside, which I understand this is absolute mess. And Aussie yen, looking out expected it to get to the supply point, but it reacted at this H4 supply zone, which the possibility of it going to the downside is there, of course. But then you also have the CAD yen and the Swiss yen, which would make a whole lot of sense. The CAD yen, the structure is not too clean, but the Swiss yen is saying something different. In here. So this is what I'll be looking out for this week. Let's have a good safe trading week.